When I look back on my life, I really want to say we shifted how people see Black trans people, how people see migrant folks. Igbo people are folks from Nigeria, and both of my parents are from that area. In the 60s, there was a civil war called the Biafra War. It really crippled specifically the Igbo economy a lot. Folks were unable to find jobs and flourish and actually thrive. And so they came for a better opportunity to get an education. I think what was so beautiful in my upbringing is that the value of community was something that was inundated in me from a very young age, like understanding what communities that I was a part of and what did that look like. So they were one of the most important pieces to me around how I have shaped my values around and my practice around actually creating communities. I think for a very long time, I quieted a lot of my identities to appease. Literally not show them, right? Not be loud, not be vibrant, not talking about immigration stories. But then even at home, quieting my identities as far as like my gender and sexuality. In 2016, I was invited to this queer Black migrant gathering. We were talking about where are the spaces for us and how are those organizations not taking care of our unique identity. Out of that gathering, that came together and was like, we actually have to build something for our people, for Black, queer, and trans migrants and first-generation folks. And that was the actual co-founding body of the Black LGBTQ Migrant Project, or BLMP. The immigration journey is hard and complicated. There are people that we know that are migrating out of like Honduras or Guatemala, or even some from continental Africa that are like, hey, I'm trying to seek asylum because of my LGBTQ identity. We have lawyers that are able to navigate them through the legal process, service providers. We also partner with shelters that they'll be with other LGBTQ people so that they feel as safe as they can. And then the last piece is the organizing, right? It's not just providing a service, but it's also questioning and fighting for why that service has to exist in the first place. The reason why BLMP is so important to me is that it was the first space that I created, or that was created, that I felt whole, but also all of our members have shared that same sentiment around the first space in which they haven't had to quiet down a piece of their identities.
So we're here in an immigrant neighborhood in front of a mural of a butterfly, which is also a part of the work of BLMP. And I'm wondering, for you all, why did you choose the symbolism of a butterfly?
Yeah, so the butterfly really, for both communities, is really important, specifically around migration for migrants, and for trans people, you know, about metamorphosis and not prescribing to the gender identity that we were prescribed at birth. And really morphing into our actual identities.
One of your also essential points, which is changing the way that people think about migrants, that change in mindset is also about metamorphosis.
Queer Black people, queer trans people, queer Black migrants, whatever, we have such a specific intersection and understanding systems of oppression on multiple layers that we're actually the only ones that can formulate a solution. And we're the ones that have to lead in those situations because we know the solutions to our issues.